I am Aniruddha Bagchi, currently the Interim Chair of the Department of Economics, Finance and Quantitative Analysis. I received my PhD in Economics from Vanderbilt University and have been at KSU for around 15 years. My initial research was in industrial economics. However, from around 2010, I gradually developed an interest in homeland security. A few years after the September 11 attacks, there was a steep increase in the relative share of the expenditure on homeland security. Some economists noticed this, and a few papers on the cost-benefit analysis of such expenditures were published after 2010. The papers showed that the United States was spending an excessive amount on security. I was interested in those issues. However, since diversifying into a new research area was a risky venture, I kept on procrastinating. During this time, a former student of mine got in touch with me and asked me if I would like to involve him on any of my research projects. We had a long discussion and he decided to write a paper in this area. In the process of mentoring him, I started reading the literature and developed some concrete ideas to pursue. In my recent research, I have looked at how improving intelligence capabilities can improve the cost-benefit ratio of security policies. Computing the total cost of security is complex. This is because there are several indirect costs that must be factored in. Money spent on security could alternatively have been spent elsewhere, such as on education or healthcare. This must be accounted for. It also includes the value lost due to higher processing time at ports or airports, and even non-monetary aspects such as privacy. My paper on airport security considers the interaction between better quality information about passengers and screening policies. The model also factors in how terrorists are likely to adapt to security policies. To prevent terrorists from gaming the system, we find that a smart strategy for the TSA is to act randomly. An interesting prediction is that after an improvement in the quality of intelligence, the frequency of attacks will go down, but the successful ones are likely to have a high impact. The threat of terrorist attacks also compels ports to rigorously inspect cargo. This can lead to congestion and increases processing time in ports. Therefore, the US Customs and Border Protection introduced a trusted trader program called CityPat, similar to the pre-check program that is used in airports. Firms that join CityPat are required to ensure an acceptable level of security of their entire supply chain, and in exchange, they enjoy priority processing in the port. I have a paper on how better quality intelligence can improve the CityPat program. If I have to pick my favorite insight from that paper, it is the prediction that the government underspends in intelligence relative to the level that could have minimized congestion in ports. I also wrote a paper on cybersecurity with a colleague of mine in the Information Systems Department. In this paper, we consider a situation in which a possible cyber attack on a service provider can shut it down and harm other firms in the economy. Given this setting, we examine if the government should take over the cybersecurity of all critical service providers. The answer is that this is not necessarily the case. Under some circumstances, such a takeover indeed makes sense, but this is not universally true. In subsequent research, I extended some of these ideas in other contexts, such as the case of possible human rights violations. I have written papers on other aspects of national security also. For example, I am currently working on some projects related to the economic impacts of conflict. Every year, Coles College organizes a Homeland Security Symposium, and I present my current research in that forum. I am grateful to KSU for providing a great research environment that allowed me to focus on my research.